talented and beautiful Brittani Ginoza. How was it for you, actually?
My parents were pretty nice about it, but I didn't start the cosplay stuff till I got out of the house. They knew I wanted to do the art thing in general, and they were pretty supportive about it. Like, a lot of parents are not. I know that, but mine were pretty supportive. But I have a husband that pays a lot of the bills too, though, so it's not their problem.
God bless the husband. God bless. Are you from an artistic family? Does it run in the blood?
No, actually, it doesn't. My mom used to say I got it from my grandmother, but she just sewed a little, but not really. I kind of did it all on my own, more or less.
So when did this first begin? When did you first have this idea that, okay, I envision myself as this, and I'm going to make it happen? When was that?
Envision myself as a cosplayer?
As a certain character. You just found a character and you're like, you know what, I want to transform into this thing.
Well, it's a couple different things. For me, I pretty much only like to cosplay things that I like. Like, some people just cosplay things that that they've seen, they think look cool, but I get more invested if I make something that I already know. So like, I know Star Wars, or I know Star Trek, or I know World of Warcraft. I do a lot of World of Warcraft cosplay. So I'm able to pour more of my heart into a cosplay because of that, instead of getting bored with it and being like, I don't even like this character anyway, why am I making it? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fair.
I think that's a good place to start. You find something you like and make that.
So what was this first character?
The first thing I ever cosplayed?
Yeah.
Well, the first stuff I ever cosplayed was steampunk.
Huh? Steampunk. Okay.
So it's kind of old.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not even popular anymore, but I liked the idea that you could make your own characters. So I made a steampunk medic, which pretty much consisted of like bed sheets made into a Victorian-ish dress. And then shortly after, I made a corset out of a recliner I found on the side of the road. I tore all the leather off of it and used that to make a corset. Yeah, I just like started hacking at it, and I made a corset out of it. It wasn't like amazing, and I didn't dye it very well or seal it very well, so leather dye got everywhere, but I made it. So that was kind of cool.
And was this for a competition, or
No,
was it just...
I didn't start with competitions, no.
Then what was this for?
Just going to a convention and finding a thing that I liked. So steampunk was the thing that I liked, and I just wanted to do cosplay, because you do Halloween and you see people do the cosplay stuff online sometimes, and I was like, maybe I'll try it.
So you didn't really get into it thinking that, oh, I'm going to do this professionally.
No.
Okay, just wanted to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and I still want to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are having fun. You're clearly having fun right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Segue. What is the most fun part of this?
Cosplay in general?
Yeah.
Because I really like competitions, a part of doing competitions is the people you meet. So usually they have like a backstage culture where it's like you're hanging out with all the other cosplayers who are usually amazing makers. They just make amazing things, and things that are completely different than the things that I make. So they have skills that I don't have, and I'm learning from them just by seeing their costumes. And of course you make friends doing that as well, but like I'm not doing it to like get a leg up on my competition. I genuinely want to know how they made parts of their costumes, things like that. So the backstage culture is probably one of my favorite things, but meeting other cosplayers and seeing how good they are at making as well. So.
All right, and did you have any skills to begin with? Some like, I don't know, sewing or?
I had sewing to start. That's mostly what I started with. So I had only sewing for a long time, and there was nothing about foam out there, not a single thing. So I didn't start with foam until way later, because there was no tutorials, there's nothing, and online now there's patterns, there's so many YouTube videos, like everything is out there. But yeah, so I only started with sewing.
Are we talking pre-YouTube? Is that when you started cosplaying?
No, it was not pre-YouTube, but there was like the foam stuff was mostly in theater. And it was protected information for a really long time.
It was secretly guarded.
It was. And then like Kamui Cosplay started making all these videos about foam, and people were like, what is this? But before that, I tried making props, and I made them out of wood, which is hard, very, very hard, and like found stuff. Because I was doing steampunk, so you can just make things out of stuff you find.
Right.
But like, wood. So when foam was a thing, I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm so
No
done
more
with
wood?
no more wood. No.
Did you actually learn carpentry at that time?
I wasn't very good. Like
okay.
I had like a belt sander and like a saw and like a jigsaw, and that's yeah, sanding, and yeah, it was awful.
Right.
It was awful.
So, at what point did you realize that, hey, you know, this could be a profession because I'm kind of good at it? It's happening. People are liking my things. I'm winning competitions.
I think once I won a certain amount of competitions, I was like, I think this is starting to get really serious. Yeah, like once I got a couple of titles, more or less, when I won a couple of like really good competitions, I was like, okay, this is like legitimate. I should start reaching out to conventions and seeing if they want to have me guest, and
Right.
like, you know, then you're like, your content online gets a little bit better over the years and like stuff like that. So it started looking more, you don't just like seek it out, you kind of more fall into it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
Could you, like, what were those titles that really defined it for you?
I won the third place, which in the C2E2 Crown Champions of Cosplay, so I was third in the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so that was like the first big one that I got, and then I won C2E2's Best in Show like 3 times after that. And then I got to go to Palimanga in Switzerland, which was just an honor to be picked to do that because I was the representative for the United States. So just stuff like that. Like those were some of the starting big ones. I was like, okay, this is legit. Yeah.
Good, well done, you.
Yeah.
Good job, and you
and
are.
the fact that I've gotten to travel to do this is like
Yeah.
so amazing.
Amazing. Speaking of travel, is this your first time in India?
This is my first time in India.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's been awesome so far, honestly. And people have been so nice coming over to my booth and stuff. Like, I feel so loved.
Welcome. You know, absolutely. And how? I mean, today's probably okay. Today's the first day of the con, and
Yeah, I heard it's gonna get crazier.
yeah, it is going to get
Crazy
crazier.
good. Crazy in a good way.
I mean, Bangalore has always shown us great love, so this time
Yeah.
we knew we had to do 3 days instead of
Yeah.
2. We always do 2 here, but this time it was like we are doing 3.
Yeah.
So I guess what kind of advice would you give to someone who is thinking of getting into it or is trying to start? What skills do you think they should pursue first? What understanding should they have?
Well, I don't think you necessarily need to make your cosplay to cosplay. Like, if
Okay.
you want to just get into cosplay in general, you should not be held back by the fact that you have to make everything. You should, you know, I would say thrift things, but you guys don't do thrifting here. Get cheap stuff. You know, take old stuff that you have and turn it into cosplay, and cosplay something you like. That is the easiest way to get into cosplay. You like Naruto, be Naruto, you know? You need to do something that you like to start. Then next thing you know, you're at a convention, people are taking your picture, you get excited, then you're like, ooh, well, I like Demon Hunter as well. Or, you know, whatever other thing. And you make something, maybe you make something from that. Maybe you don't make it, maybe you just buy it. But like, you don't have to make things to cosplay. You can, and I encourage it, but if you're actually gonna try to make things, just there's everything on YouTube.
Right. So basically what you're just saying is just get into it.
Yes.
Just fall right in.
Yes, just go right into it. And you're going to make friends through it as well. Like, cosplay is so awesome, like, to make friends, to meet people. And it's also a confidence builder. Like, I still am not, like, the most confident person, but trying to talk on a stage with people watching, like, 5 years ago would probably be impossible for me.
Wow.
It has given me so much confidence because of the amount of love you get from a supportive community. And it doesn't matter how good your costumes are for people to be supportive.
Here, absolutely here. I guess I would like to actually also open it up to the audience. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to, we'll get a mic to you. You can ask Brittani any burning questions that you have. Take a moment, think about it. Think about your questions.
Otherwise,
We're not rushing
we
into
can
it.
keep talking for now.
But yeah, just if you have any questions for Miss Ginoza, you can always ask.
Yeah, someone will hand you a random microphone.
Great joy. Okay, so now how about your family? Are they proud of you? Are they happy that you're
Oh.
flying all over the world and
Oh
doing
yeah,
this?
definitely. But I will say I have been flying and going places for the last 3 months, and they're just mad that I'm not home now.
What thing?
They're mad that I'm not at home. They're like, "Why are you gone all the time? We haven't seen you in forever." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm living the dream. Like, I
Yes,
I just
you
feel
are.
like
Yes,
I'm
you are,
living the
love,
dream."
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, doing this is just so awesome. Yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going nonstop, but like, I'm gonna look back on this in like a month. I'm gonna be like, wow.
Yeah, but
Wow.
you're going to be back home for the holidays, right?
Yeah, for the holiday season, yeah.
You
But
are?
I got like two more. I got 2 conventions left this year, but it'll be fine. I'll be home for Christmas.
Where all have you been just this year?
A lot throughout the states. So if I say this state or that state, you might not know the names of the states. But I've gone to like 7 to 10 different states this year.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to Austria in a few weeks.
You're going to Austria?
I'm going to
Come on,
Austria.
what are you saying?
Yeah, which I'm just like, that's a lot of jet lag.
Wow.
It's a lot of jet lag. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to Austria after
Yeah.
India.
Oh, yeah, it's like December 9th.
Okay,
Yeah.
December 9th. And then
Yeah.
you'll be back home.
Yes, then I'll be home for Christmas. I really don't have a lot after that because I need a break after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well deserved, girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, you need a
Oh
break.
yeah, I need a break.
Uh-huh. So, anyway, if there are any questions from the audience, please go ahead and you may ask Brittani. Any parents who are... Oh, yeah, there we go. We have our first question.
Oh no, no. Yep, turn it on.
Hello, my name
Yeah.
is Venkat. So, how was your first experience as a cosplayer and when you told that you started sewing your own clothes for the cosplay? How was your experience at that first stage?
Like, what was it like making the cosplay the first time?
On stage experience.
Oh, so competitions are better now than they used to be. They used to not care as much about making good competitions, so things were not as good then. But things are a lot better now, especially for beginners and stuff. Like, it's good for everybody. But my first experience was just like disappointed. But that's because I had a lot of like hope in myself to like do well or win something or whatever, which is probably not the best way to go into a competition, like hoping that you're gonna win something. And then also seeing other people who you think should win something and they don't win anything. And back in the day, they used to only award people with giant costumes, only. So that was really discouraging for somebody making like I think my first competition, I was Raven from Teen Titans. So it was not very complicated. It was just a very basic costume. But I don't know, it was kind of discouraging, but after that, I went and did more and it was way happier. Because I just tried, I went and I took that information, I just tried way harder. And then after that, I placed like a second place or something. And it was just like, it was encouraging for me. For a second it was sad, and then after that, you know, it was fine. But like do you care about like what it's like being on the stage? Is that the kind of thing? Yeah? It's a little scary the first time. It is. But if you look above people's heads, you don't notice they're there.
Oh, a nice little hack.
You know.
Look
you
above
know.
people's heads?
Yep, you look above people's heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just told that you won back-to-back C2C championships, right?
Yeah.
So what was the characters you played that time?
So I didn't win the worlds for those. I just won best in shows.
Yeah, which was the character?
So I did Death Knight Sonya from Heroes of the Storm, and then I did a Paladin from World of Warcraft. Those were the two. And then what else did I? There was a third one, but I don't remember what the third one was. But
Any characters from Marvel or DC?
no, not for me.
DC was Raven.
I do like DC though. I like to see DC more than Marvel. And then Marvel got huge
Seriously?
after.
Seriously?
Listen, no. Okay, that was.
Yes.
Listen, I used to do those before Marvel made basically any movies at all. Okay.
Okay.
So they had like 2 movies at that point, and I was like, I think DC will win. DC will win this fight, and then they didn't.
So when you're telling about the Batman trilogy, yes. But I mean,
Yeah.
after the Iron Man release, I would tell that Marvel was best.
Yeah. But now they kind of suck again, so.
Marvel? No! Loki again rules it. Loki rules it.
I do like Loki though, a lot.
All right. Thank you,
Thank you.
Venkat. Thank you for your passion.
I love
Loki
it.
rules it. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
anybody
you.
else?
Good start. All right. Let's see. Anyone else with
Yeah,
any
ask a silly
Hi.
question. I'm okay with whatever, honestly.
Hi came from somewhere. Where did it come from?
Here.
Where? Ah, there. Yes.
I have a question. I've been cosplaying for a while now, maybe about 4 or 5 years. The biggest problem for me is I will go to a process, I'll almost complete it, and then I'll screw it up. How do you make up your mind to start from scratch rather than fixing it or forcing to work?
You have to figure out if it's beyond repair. So one of the things that I think is almost completely beyond repair is if like say I made this helmet and I painted it with like the wrong primer, then put the wrong paint on top, then put the wrong clear coat on top of that, and then you like touch it and the whole thing cracks. That is, I would say, is a lost cause. Like you could sand the entire thing down, but I just don't know if it would be the same. Like I would start from scratch again. So you just have to figure out like where the line is for how much extra work you're gonna have to do. And sometimes it is just a good idea to start from scratch. And you can take your old thing apart and use it as a pattern anyway. Like if you're doing like foam work or whatever. So I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. All right. It's going well. That was a good question. Very deep question. Very deep, sort of emotional
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Can I ask you a question?
Me?
Yeah. I always ask the same questions though.
Or, okay. All right.
Okay.
Brittany's going to ask me a
Wait,
question. I don't think
really
I'm
quick.
ready for
All right,
this.
do you want a pun or do you want actually a question? Do you want a dad joke?
You can ask me a question. Yeah.
Okay. What's your least favorite movie?
My least
Least
favorite,
favorite movie. Like you hate it with the
I
passion.
hate it with a passion.
Hate it.
Oh God, you really put me on a.
Well, I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you
huh?
mine to make it easy.
Okay.
My least favorite movie is the Cats movie, hands down. It's
Yeah.
the worst movie that's ever been made.
Well, I didn't watch it because I knew that it's going to
I'm
be.
telling you right now, you will hate it. It is awful.
Okay. For me, my least favorite movie. Can I get back to you on
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
like I
yeah.
have to think about it.
Yeah, you'll think about it when
All
we
right.
get a question.
But there is a question
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, so first of all, good evening, ma'am. So my question is, if someone who really didn't know anything about cosplay, what would you actually tell them, or how would you persuade them to actually get into cosplay, or like, what is the future of cosplay as well?
Okay. Like I said before, like pick something that you like. Like if you like My Hero Academia, I would pick something from something like that. You can get a lot of like cheap, basic costumes online and just in general. If you want to just start with something, find a character you really like. You're like Dragon Ball Z or something. Get something from Dragon Ball Z, or like you just need orange pants and like a yellow wig. You can just buy those things and just start there. Because after you do it the first time, you're gonna understand what you want after that. You're gonna be like, okay, well, I did the orange pants and I did the yellow wig this time, but next time I want to do the full jumpsuit for Goku or whatever. And you'll understand it more after you do it the first time. You just have to do it that first time, and it has to be, I think, something you really like already. So pick a character you like and just do the cosplay. And you don't have to make any of it, but like after you do it, you'll understand that you like it if you're going to like it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much made
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You figure it out?
All right. I kind of have something to say, but there is a hand has gone up.
Okay,
Do you
okay.
want to? Oh, guess who it is?
Oh, I don't know that
He's
guy.
a bearded.
I don't know
He's
who
come
that
in
is.
a beard, so therefore
Yeah, I don't
it's
know
kind
who
of
that is.
incognito. But there is Sameer Tikka Masala, I think.
Hi,
Right here.
good evening.
Everybody knows him.
Okay, my question to you
Yeah.
is, what's the most difficult project that you had to do for yourself, and how much satisfaction did it give you once you were able to complete it?
Difficult project. I would probably say my TwitchCon costume was probably my most difficult, but it was incredibly satisfying. I really rolled the dice on like, maybe I'll win a costume contest, maybe I won't. And I'm really glad I put in all the extra effort because I worked like nonstop for like 3 months with like almost no days off to get this thing made. And I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted the judges, to look at this thing and not see a single problem, which is a lot of work. a lot of work. So when I eventually like won their costume contest, it was like, I'm gonna tell a sappy story really quick. I was backstage right before they were about to announce the winners, and one of my friends sent me a text, and I couldn't check my texts all day because I was in costume. I had gloves on. And they sent me a text. It was like a quote from a movie. It didn't matter what it was gonna be, but they sent my friend the text to then tell me. And then they read it to me, and I just started bawling for like no reason, because like it was like the culmination of like this entire 3-4 months of working on this costume nonstop and finally being done with the whole thing, and me and everybody standing around being like, I think I won this thing. So it was like probably the most satisfying thing that's ever happened in cosplay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. The mic should come to Sameer Tikka Masala here.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
do you want me to answer your question?
Yeah,
before
answer
we
my
do it?
question, please.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question. You probably don't know about
I
this
probably
movie.
won't, but now I want to
It's
see
an
it.
Indian. It's an Indian movie. Don't ever watch it.
Samir will tell me about
But
it, and I will watch it.
I'm embarrassed to say that I paid actual money to go watch this film because
Okay.
I was really hoping that maybe this time Bollywood have done something really different. But unfortunately, it was still a steaming pile of misogynistic crap.
Oh.
It was called Toilet Ek Prem Katha. Yeah, I went to watch that film. I don't know if people even know about it here. Do you know about this movie, Toilet Ek Prem Katha? Yeah, that's
Like,
my
not great.
least favorite
Have you heard of it?
movie.
Okay, you'll have to tell me
Okay,
about
cool.
it later. He's a movie guy. He'll tell me.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I wanted to ask that now that you have already won some of the biggest competitions, you're guesting now at one of the best conventions in the world.
Yeah.
Right? So what's next for you? Like, what are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm thinking about maybe doing the League of Legends competition. Maybe. I'm thinking about it.
Oh wow, yes.
I'm
of
thinking
course.
about it. I'm looking at some designs right now, so I'm trying to figure out which one I would want to be. But there's this like Hawaiian female character that's like really badass that or really awesome that I think that maybe I could pull off. I don't know. She's got big muscles, so I'll put fake big muscles on. It'll be cool.
So are you saying that you enjoy competing more than judging now?
I've always enjoyed competing. Like I've competed at like C2E2 is like one of the really big competitions in the U.S. It's like where the World Championships of cosplay is, and I've done both. I've judged and I've competed, and I still love competing more because of what I said before. It's all the people that you meet, the backstage. It is some of the best cosplayers in the world
Amen.
at C2E2.
Amen.
Because that's where the world is. Like that's where the Australia representative, sometimes the India representative, like that's where all of the people come to. So literally get to meet all of the best cosplayers of the world. It's amazing. And then you get to hang out with them in the evening till like 3 a.m. That's great.
Will that happen tonight as well?
I don't know. We're not allowed to hang out in lobbies till 3 a.m. here apparently. But I'll still hang out tonight for sure.
Some hangouts are on the cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, here we go. A hand has gone up. Maybe a mic can come here in the front.
Hello.
Hey.
Which is your favorite cosplay, and what got you into cosplaying? That's my question.
So I do really like my TwitchCon costume, but one of my just like general favorite cosplays is one that I just don't have any pictures of, which you don't have to have pictures of your favorite cosplay, I guess. I kind of wish I did, but I made Ping from the Disney Mulan movie, like in the full armor. And it was like one of the first costumes that I kind of went all out on, and I like did leather scales on the whole thing. Like I made it more realistic, but like I have no pictures of me wearing it. But it's one of my favorite things because I often make things things people don't know. Like I do World of Warcraft a lot. It's not the most popular thing anymore. I do a lot of like random things, Soul Calibur, stuff like that. It's not the most popular anymore, but I did Mulan, and it was really cool to be like, people knew who it was, and you know, it's like, there's a special thing about doing a Disney cosplay as well, where everybody knows it, and like, and also it's not like the most cosplayed Disney character either, so that was kind of special. So it just holds a special place in my heart because I really love like Mulan. So, yeah.
So if a cosplay makes you uncomfortable, the costume, are you willing to cosplay that character?
Like if I were to see like a costume I would want to make, but it seems like I would be uncomfortable wearing it, should I make it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I think that if I like the character enough, I will make it. But it's okay to make changes to a costume to make it more comfortable. And that is just something you have to. It took me a long time to come to that realization, but you can change a costume a little bit to make it more comfortable. Like a skirt doesn't have to be really short. It can be a bit longer. You don't have to be in 5-inch heels. You could be in a 1-inch heel. Like things like all female examples, but you know, there are things that you can change about it that are little that still show the entire costume and still very accurate while still being able to be that character, you know?
And whom do you see as a rival in cosplaying?
Rival?
Yeah.
I don't have rivals, I only have friends.
Yeah, I know, but in a sporty way, competitive way.
Right, but like,
Because you did say that you love competition.
I do, but like it's very friendly in the US especially. Like it's so friendly. Like you meet so many people and you're like, you just try your best, and you do watch other people be like, oh, they did this, I could do a little bit better than that, I could do a little bit better than that. And you compete against each other, but it's not mean-spirited at all. It's all very like friendly. And if I were to be like, to a competitor, I could be like, hey, how did you do this on your costume? They would tell me. And then maybe I'll use it on my costume, but it's not in a bad way. It's like we're all just sharing information together because it's very friendly. So I don't really have any.
I think I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
It's
like
already,
we're all friends. We're all
Yeah.
competing against each other, but like we're all supportive of each other. We all want to win, but we're not rivals.
Right.
Yeah, we
okay.
just we know that if we deserve the win, that's the whole thing. It's not
It's
toxic
like everyone's
at all.
already bound by this love, this
Yeah.
shared love for
Yeah.
cosplay.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
but like in
so-
some places I've been to, like the community is more toxic. But it's not in the US for the most part. People are usually pretty chill, and if you're not chill, people will be pushing you out.
Can I put you on in a spot here and
Yeah,
like
that's
ask
fine.
you to tell us where these toxic environments exist?
I've heard that Europe can be pretty bad about it.
Europe.
I've heard that it can be pretty, like people are just very, like we do
I
have.
do not like your cosplays. Yeah. Yeah, something.
Yeah, and
Yeah?
it gets that way. Or like we're kind of like this too in the U.S. Not toxic, but like let's say I make Soul Calibur, or I make I'm trying to think of a reference anyone would know. I'll just use Naruto again. I make a Naruto cosplay, and it's the perfect Naruto cosplay that you've ever seen in your life. So then someone else that's like of my skill level will be like, oh well, they already did that costume, so I'm not going to do it. We do that, you know, in the U.S., but in a friendly way. But in Europe, it's in a mean way. It's like in a, I'm not doing that, you know. But we're like, I'm not going to do it. I've already seen what it can be at its best. So, I don't know. I've heard that it's a little mean-spirited. So, I don't like that.
Well, you are on your way to Europe soon.
Yeah, we're going to see.
And we hope and pray that none of this will come your way.
Oh, no, I'm not competing, so I'll be fine.
Oh, you are not competing? Okay.
I'm
You're
not competing. I'm judging.
You're judging there. Oh,
But
you're
I'm a
going
fair
to
judge. I'm a fair judge, though, so nobody can buy me.
All right.
Unless you give me chocolate, then you can't buy
Well,
me.
we wish you all the best for whatever's coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure having her here. Let's hear it one more time for the excellently talented and beautiful Brittani Ginoza.